Before starting today's topic, I have been ordered by one of my biggest fans, who happens to be my own son, to share this particular picture for nearly 30 seconds. And he is going to check if I did it or not. So here it is. Yes, I followed his command, and as you can see, we have a very dedicated fan base and we fulfill their demands. So if you have any demand, so definitely you can ask for it. As you can see in this picture, there is a playground, there is a kid there, and their broken laptop. And what is the broken laptop doing in a playground? Don't ask me. I also don't know. In the same way, I guess you are wondering how can a cricket team have more than 11 players? I mean, can you play with more than 11 players in cricket? No, I'm not talking about buying the umpires with a little bribe so that all the costs go into your favor, or actually playing it, bribing the opponent player or something like that. I'm not doing that. That's not the thing. Yes, you may not know, but I kind of do. And yes, you can genuinely have more than 11 players in your team while following all the cricketing rules. And sometimes you actually have that. And there are ways to do that legally, following every law. So, how? Let's dive into the legal ways. So, basically, forming the main 11 puts a lot of pressure on the captain and the team management. You may have a pool of amazing players where most of them genuinely deserve a place. You may have a player who deserves the place, but including him makes the team combination imbalanced, and you cannot find a spot for that player in the team. For example, let's say you need a right arm off spinner and also a left arm orthodox spinner, but you only have one spot left in the playing 11. So what to do? And at the same time, the opponent has a good balance of left-handed and right-handed batters, and you actually need both types of spinners to exploit that. And you only have one spot left. So what are you going to do? Hmm? The problem can be solved by a bowler who can do both, and ambidexterity can be a massive advantage in cricket when it comes to solving this kind of complicated problem in the playing 11. Imagine having a bowler who can bowl with both his right hand and his left hand. And when we look for such players, the first example that comes to our mind is from Sri Lanka. The island country in the south of India might look small in size, but it has a culture of producing unorthodox cricketing talents for generations. While many countries like Australia and England followed the traditional cricketing grammar, Sri Lanka threw the grammar book away and allowed unorthodox talents to shine with massive freedom. This is how players like Muthaiya Muralitharan and Lasith Malinga got their opportunity in international cricket and ruled the international cricket for a long time. And so, when we talk about the ambidexterity, we first have to talk about Sri Lanka. And the best example of a modern era ambidextrous bowler is none other than Kamindu Mendis. So basically, Kamindu Mendis first came into the spotlight for his unique skill of bowling with both hands during the 2016 Under 19 World Cup. Since then, he has gotten opportunities in the senior team, and he may not be a regular player, but he plays quite often in across different formats. He made his T20I debut in 2018, his ODI debut in 2019, and his Test debut in 2022 against Australia. One of the most important aspects of Kamindu Mendis is that he is a batting all-rounder. So in many ways, he is a true all-rounder. Especially in Test cricket, his batting average is more than 62 in 14 Test matches he has played. In terms of bowling, I'm not saying his performance is mesmerizing or anything like that, but it's not too bad either. In first class cricket, he has taken 31 wickets in 61 matches at an average of 36.16. And in league cricket, he has taken 70 wickets in 100 matches at an impressive average of 30.41. And in T20 cricket, he has taken 30 wickets, although the average is a bit high at 41.86. And if you consider the international cricket, in his 14 test matches, he has taken only 3 wickets at an average of 37.3. Now, it's not that bad for a batting all-rounder who does not bowl regularly. And he has taken 6 wickets in 27 ODIs and 5 wickets in 43 T20Is. Unfortunately, the average is not very impressive, and but he has taken wickets against Bangladesh, and strategically he can be very handy in some situations. Now, One thing to note, he is probably the only MB bowlers who is currently active in regular interval in international cricket. And the next name that comes to our mind is Akshay Karnawar from India. Unfortunately, he never played at the top level. He only played in the tournaments like Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy in India. So basically, he was bought by RCB back in 2016, but he did not play a single match. He was just there. And in his 64 T20 matches, he has taken only 62 wickets, while his list A and first class records seem a bit better. He has taken 69 wickets in 551 list A matches and 40 wickets in 22 first class matches at an average of 24 and 29 respectively. So another name, small name, who is active right now is Nivedan Radhakrishnan from Australia. So basically, he played 4 matches for Australia at the under 19 and under 16 levels and took 7 wickets. He is still trying to make a mark in the Sheffield Shield, and so far he has taken 2 wickets in one Lister match and 5 wickets in 10 first class matches. And all the players that we have talked about so far are slow left arm orthodox bowlers and right arm off spinners at the same time. But what about the pacers, like the first bowlers or first medium bowlers or anything like that? Do we have an example of that? Actually, cricket was both lucky and unlucky to have a rare left arm and right arm fast bowler from Pakistan in the form of Yasir Jan. He was one of a kind and first made his mark when he was selected to practice with Lahore Qalandars back in 2016. Unfortunately, he never got the chance to make a bigger mark later. Currently, he plays in the lower leagues in the UK, and you can see his Instagram account here as well. And at this on the same note, we can also mention a few other names, like the legendary Hanif Mohammad was the first player to use both hands while bowling, although he was not a regular bowler. Another legendary player from England, Graham Gooch, was primarily known for his batting, but he occasionally bowled with both hands in practice or in informal settings. Former Sri Lankan cricketer and legend Hassan Tilkaratne also displayed rare ambidextrous ability by bowling with both his right and left arm during a 1996 World Cup match against Kenya. So, that's all about the bowler who can bowl with both hands. Now, what about the batters? Okay, we don't have exact example of that because it's quite tricky. Technically, reverse sweep can often show the ambidexterity of a batter. A batter with good reverse sweep can be considered as ambidextrous as well because he is actually doing using the support of the other hand. Now, that is obviously debatable, and of course, on that note, please share your opinion in the comment section. Do you think that reverse sweep is considered as ambidextrous, and if a batter is ambidextrous, should we tell that batter is ambidextrous? Okay, but there is one example of David Warner in a BPL match when he kind of played as a right-handed batter just for fun, and he did quite well. Now let's go back to the bowlers again. So far, we have talked about the bowlers who can bowl with both hands. Now, what about the bowlers who can bowl to different type of deliveries or more than that? I guess you may know who I am talking about, right? Right? Okay. So, Bew Webster. So basically, the 200-centimeter giant from Australia has recently made his mark in international cricket, not just as an all-rounder, but also as someone who can bowl both pace and speed depending on the conditions. In Test cricket, this is very handy, especially when the ball becomes older in the later part of the innings. So having an all-rounder who can not only bowl at a moderate pace but also operate as a reliable spinner can make a huge impact. And he did make an impact. In his 8 Test matches, where he played against teams like England, India, and South Africa, he took 11 wickets at a stunning average of 24.54 and a bowling strike rate of 44.2. He took his maiden wicket as a pacer by dismissing Shubman Gill with his standard medium pace. And during the 2026 Ashes Test at the SCG or Sydney Cricket Ground, he was given the signal to switch to off spin to exploit the rough patches of the pitch, and he ripped through the England's middle order, taking 3 massive wickets off Harry Brook, Will Jacks, and Ben Stokes. Even as a batter who usually plays in the lower middle order, he is averaging at 41.09 as of now. And based on his current form, he is expected to play a vital role in the Australian Test side in the coming days. While Bio Webster is impressive, but he is not the first of his kind. In fact, if we want to talk about this particular skill, we must talk about the legendary Gary Sobers. He had the rare skill of bowling left arm first medium, slow left arm orthodox, and left arm wrist spin from time to time. And he was an all rounder too. In his 93 test matches, he took 235 wickets at an impressive average of 34.03. He played only one ODI matches and took one wicket from there. And in his Leicester career, he took 109 wickets at an impressive average of 21.95. And remarkably, he took 1,043 wickets. Yes, in 383 first class matches. Yeah, my jaws are dropped too. And now, the next name I'm going to mention will definitely make you sad, maybe even cry. He was one of my favorite Australian player, a guy who embodied the mighty Australia of 1999 to 2007 era. He is none other than the late Andrew Simons. So, if the pitch was green or if it was early in the innings, he bowled heavy, skiddy right arm medium pace, often touching 125 to 130 km per hour. And if the ball started gripping, or if the captain needed to rush through overs to beat the clock, he would switch to tight and accurate off spin. And yeah, obviously, we miss him a lot. So, another name that comes to our mind is another Australian, Colin Funky Miller. He could also bowl right arm off spin and pace depending on the conditions. So basically, he started as a pacer, but later he realized that it would be very difficult for him to make a mark while competing with the greats of Glenn McGrath and Brett Lee in the national team. So he learned off spin. And depending on the batter, he could change his style from time to time. And we can also mention the name of English player Ollie Robinson, who can shorten his run up and ball off spin when needed. For example, in test matches, this can happen due to the low light or similar conditions. If we consider two types of spin bowling, we must mention the name of Akila Dhananja, who played for Sri Lanka for some time. And we also mentioned about him in our last video. Even the great Sachin Tendulkar often operated as both a right arm off break and leg break bowler. We could mention a few other names as well, but this would make the video a bit longer. So anyway, are these the only ways? Actually, no. True all-rounders like Jack Callis, Saqib Al Hasan, Ben Stokes, and Akshar Patel can operate both as a batter and as a bowler, and making the team feel like they are having more than 11 players in the playing 11, and that makes the life of the captain very, very easier. In the modern day cricket, teams try to get the maximum utilization from their playing 11 so that they can dominate in both in batting and the bowling departments. Because of this, true specialization is fading away in some cases. For example, in the England cricket team, we often see a culture of having bowling all-rounders playing in the lower order instead of true specialist bowlers. Players like Jofra Archer and Adil Rashid are not just effective bowlers or menacing bowlers, they can also contribute with the bat on many occasions. So versatility is the key in modern day cricket. But the kind of versatility we talked about today, such as ambidexterity or bowling both pace or spin or ability to bowl different type of spin bowling, can add a completely new dimension to the game. So on that note, we can say this is the end of our video. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment below and share your thoughts, any kind of thoughts that you think, and also any suggestion that what topic we should select or think about for making our next videos. Obviously, subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this and keep supporting us. And along with many other cricket related videos, actually your subscription actually helps us to be motivated to make new videos like this. So share our channel with your family, with your friends, and spread the good word for this channel. Watch our videos while having dinner, lunch, or spending time with your family, and keep supporting us.